the Liberty could go into the locker room and say, "Hey, Sabrina gave us this." I think she had 21 or 22 at half, something like that. If Sabrina, like, we already have Sabrina doing this, if we can add Stewie being Stewie, because Stewie wasn't playing up to her level at that point. Like, I think she finished with like 20 something points, but that wasn't a good game for Brianna Stewart either. It just turned out to be that way because of how the third quarter went. It looked a little lopsided. Plus, they did stay in for the fourth quarter for a few minutes. So, um, I think in the third quarter, like, it was just an energy and effort thing, and I think that's what's going to come down to with these teams because there's not there's not a big talent discrepancy or skill discrepancy like there is with other teams that they play. Like, yeah, they may have two very elite players or three elite players. But those next two can't can't match up with a Kelsey Plummer or Chelsea Gray or Jackie Young, or they can't match up with the Asia Wilson, but they can match up with the Jackie Young and a Chelsea Gray. Like, there's no team besides these two that have the amount of talent that they have. So when they meet up, it's going to come down to timely adjustments. Not like there's not going to be any big adjustments that you can make that are really going to change the game or change like the entire game because these teams are too talented. But you can make timely adjustments in a game. Like, the Aces played a lot of zone last night against the Wings. If they can throw out a zone every now and then against the Liberty and try to throw them off, that could change a couple of possessions, and that's big with a team like the Aces, where you can go on a run very quickly. You go on a 10-0 run by that, and now you're up 10 or you're up 12 or you're back in the game. And I think the Aces are used to doing that as well. I think they're used to being able to come back from deficits, and the Liberty have given up some leads this year. So they were like, oh, well, even if we get down, we'll be able to come back. Third quarter, they didn't come out with the energy and the urgency that they needed. And I think the Liberty, and I think Sabrina talked about this at maybe it was halftime or like end of the first quarter. They talked about how badly they felt they needed to get this win because of the way the first game went, and that they knew that these like both teams know that these are the two teams that should be in the finals.
Yep.
So when they do play, they know that these games matter and they're important. But the Aces are like, hey, we already beat them in Vegas. We got the Commissioner Cup, and we played them a game after that. So, like, do we really need this W? No, because the next two times we play them, we're in Vegas. So, I think the Liberty took it a little bit more serious than the Aces did, but the Aces are probably pissed off about how the game went. So, I think August 15th is going to be very, very interesting
Very interesting.
because they're going to guard Sabrina differently.
Yep.
If you put Jackie on Sabrina, that leaves Chelsea for Sloot, that leaves Kelsey Plum for Benaj Laney. Honestly, that's a cook session for Benaj. There's a size and a strength advantage there that they can take advantage of. They didn't get Brianna Stewart great looks, but any look for Stewie is pretty much a good look. And Asia, she's not gonna go to that 2-4. She's not gonna go 2-14 again.
Yeah.
Kelsey Plum is she's not gonna miss the layups that she missed early in the game.
Yeah.
Chelsea Gray played. I think Chelsea Gray played great.
Dog, that she missed.
Jackie she's gonna do her thing, but I do think they missed Candace Parker a bit because yeah, you can say, oh, they got blown out, like they were gonna get blown out regardless. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I don't think they necessarily missed her on the court. I think they missed her voice because you had a first quarter where you had the lead, and then a second quarter where they went in and they were only up like 4 or 5. So the game is definitely not out of reach. But if she stands up or if she's like, all right, we got to go do this and get back in this game, everybody's looking differently. If it's just Becky saying something and everybody's like, all right, Aces on 3, like we go back out and we don't have the same energy or we don't have the same like all right, God, let's go get this. Like, yeah, let's go get this. If everybody just gets up and like, oh yeah, Aces on 3, like they're not really going out there to like really do anything crazy. And like even if she didn't say anything in the locker room, her being on the sideline and just picking stuff out, like, hey, this is happening here. Okay, she likes to come on this, like just different shit that she would see from the sideline that she could help with. I'm not sure if she's able to travel due to her foot surgery, so but I don't think she's been at any games since her injury. And I do remember, I think it was the game after her surgery where I think Carolyn Peck said that Becky Hammond said she was welcome to any game and any like be around the team any way she wanted while she was injured. But I think she's probably just focusing on rehab, and she's probably not doing it in Vegas. So hopefully she can get back with the team at some point. Maybe for the Commissioner's Cup game, she'll be there. But
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just think they played well defensively, but I don't think it was to the point where they just completely locked them down. I think there was a lot of missed shots, and there was not a lot.
So August 15th, Commissioner's Cup, the rematch between these two. Well, not the rematch. Well, I guess it's not a rematch of the Commissioner's Cup, but it is a rematch of some sorts.
The rubber match until
Yeah,
the next day.
Thursday. Until Thursday, and then until again later on in the season. But yeah, no. So Aces, Liberty in Las Vegas for the Commissioner's Cup, third ever Commissioner's Cup. You got Stewie who won the first one. It's part of that Seattle Storm team that won the first one. Asia girls, they won it last year. Asia and Chelsea Gray put on an absolute clinic last year against the Chicago Sky in that game. I remember that game. That was a good game. It was a fun game to watch. But yeah, now you got Asia versus Stewie again. And those who know, man, it's gonna be amazing seeing them play against each other for the duality of their careers. I don't know. I say duality for the duration of their careers.
There you go. There's the word.
I promise I got a degree, but whatchamacallit?
He does, and I don't. Just to point that out. I still got one. I for sure do not have one.
Man. So no. So, what are your predictions for the game next week?
I was hoping that it was a close game so that I could see, like, I don't know, man. I think part of me wants to say the Aces are gonna come out and they're just gonna try to like run them through the ground. But part of me also says I think this could end up being a close game, and it's just gonna come down to who can make clutch shots. So I can see it go one. I don't think the Liberty blow them out again. I think it's either the Aces control the game and end up winning, or it's a close game, and basically whoever has the last shot either wins or loses.
Yeah,
You want it.
I feel like this will definitely be a closer game. I know, because the stakes are higher for one. That money on the line, they want that bag. So
Right.
they want that bag. But Aces are going to be on their home floor. So it's technically a home game for the Aces, being that they're going to be in Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. So they're not going to want to lose at home the way they lost in New York. That was just outright embarrassing. Not single digit points in a quarter. You just can't have that again. And then they went on in their next game and just completely stomped out the Wings.
Sure did. That zone fucked the Wings up.
Yeah, so they locked in. It was like, look, we good. We might have lost bad on Sunday, but we bounced back on Tuesday and we straight.